Joan, you good to go, sweetheart? Joan?
Yeah, are we good?
You're good to go. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm having a hard time hearing you. And I can't turn it up, so I'm gonna wait. Okay. Morning, everybody. Welcome. Make sure that you have a band with you and some weights if you can, and clear a little bit of space around you because we are going to move. I like to start with that old-fashioned warm-up. And I'm going to do a class that we did previous, but I'm hoping that you won't remember that you did it. So we're going to do it again just in case. So I just want you to start with a big inhale. So take an inhale up and exhale down. Good. Big breath in. Lots of pollen. And back. Good. And a couple more. Take an inhale. And an exhale. One more time. And take an inhale. Interlace your hands. Reach your palms to the ceiling. Look down at the floor a little bit. And then just reach your arms out and round. And move into the shoulders. Just a little bit of warm up. Make sure we've got all the joints warmed up. And then come around. Oh, here comes Jack with his pulse. And we're just going to take a big inhale up. And exhale down. And inhale, and back, good, and a couple more, and bring it up. And then next time, see if you can bring it up onto your toes. So lift up on your toes, lower back down. Whoopsies, helps if you're on an even floor. And back down, and lift, and lower. Hold the next one up, hold it here, hold it here, hold it here. And then just lower the arms down, and let the legs moving, just a little bit of warm up, get the blood pumping. That's it. And then go a little wider. So go to a little wider position with the legs. And then bring it back to your center. And bring it out. Good. Now hold it there a little side to side as we sweep the arm. And sweep. Sorry guys, my nose is running out because I've got allergies so bad. And circle around. And circle. And then we're going a little side to side, so watch the changes going here, and a little touch, and touch. Now I'm going to turn around that, so I'm just touching back behind me. That's it. I'll keep the arms moving forward. Good, and here comes the bicep, and I'm going to push, and push, good, and push. Whoops, tricep, sorry, and push, and go 4. And 3 biceps coming up. And 2. Here comes the biceps with a little heel kick to the front. That's it. And let's do 4. And 3. And 2. And back to that wide stance. So just side to side, maybe a little external rotation. Watch your knees tracking over the toes. That's it. A little side so you can get a little lower. That's it, and then bring it up. Make sure everything's lubed up. Now let's do 4. And 3. And 2. And then bring it all the way back in. Take another inhale up. Hope you're a little bit warm. You got a little bit of blood pumping there. And bring it down. So we're going to start with a little bit of squats. So I'll turn sideways so you can see what I'm doing. Feet are going to be maybe a little bit wider than your hips. And I'm going to sit and lift. So sternum lifts up, butt goes back, neutral position through your spine. Your eyes are looking slightly forward and down. That's it. Watch your knees, guys. If it's hurting, don't go so low. If you can go lower than I am, please do. That's it. Now let's do 4. And 3. And 2. And then let's just hold the next one down. So just hold it there, hold it there. Just pick up the toes a little bit. And just tap the toes just to hang out. And we'll do 4. And 3. Stay low, get low. 2. And last one. Bring it up. I'm going to take a leg back. So we'll just do some warm-up lunges. So make sure that your space is quite large. And then maybe your hands are just on your hips. Remember, this is the one that just goes straight down, straight up like a little carousel horse. That's it. You're the horse. And 4. Knee tracks to the ceiling. Watch that alignment with your knee here, guys. And 5. And 6. and 7. That's it. We're going for 12 here. So when you get to 12, if you get there before me, then just change sides. I think this is 12. I'll just flip this way. Get your wide base of support first, and then straight down and straight up. That's it. And 3. And 4, good. And 5. So you should feel like you're just going straight down, straight up. No 3D effect. And 8. And 9. And 10. And 11. Then we're going to go back to some squats. Change your foot position just a little bit. Maybe you want to go a little wider, a little bit more externally rotated. And then you're going to sit back and up. Just change it up each time, wherever that is for you. And 3, but stick them back there. Push through your heels. Press up. And 5. And 6. And 7, good. And 8. And 9. 10, let's go 2 more, and 11, and 12. Bring it back to your center. Now I'm going to alternate those lunges, so make sure there's nothing behind you before you step back, and then I'm going to lunge back, push off that toe. So step back big, and step, push off, and step back, and step back, and back. Totally lost count, so let's do 4 more. And 4, and 3, and 2, and last one. Now step your feet back to about hip width apart. We're going down for 3, so it looks like this. It goes 1, 2, 3, press up. And it goes 1, 2, abs are in, and up. And it goes down, 3, and up, and down, 2, 3, and up, and down, 2, 3. Now we go down and 1. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4. And I go down. 3, and go down. 2, 3, and 4, and go down. 3, 4. Let's do 1 more. Down, 2, 3, and 4. Just like that. I'll turn around. So now we're going to add on to that one. So I'm going to move it into a lunge and up into a hold. Move into your lunge and hold. Step back and hold. Or maybe hold on to something. And 5. You're just going to do 8 of these. And 6. Push off that back foot. And 7. And 8. Hold it there, hold it there, hold it there. Change legs. Step back. Here we go. Step big and hold. Step big and 2. Good. And 3. And 4. Woo! Apparently this is my good side. And 5. And 6. And 7. And 8. Take it out. Shake it out. Now we're going to go a little bit wider. So this one you need to tuck your butt in and under. And you probably did some of this in Danielle's class yesterday. But drop down into your second position. Watch your knees. A little bit more external rotation than I can get. And breathe. And breathe. Good. Tailbone is tucking under this time. And let's do 4. And 3. Maybe use your arms. Maybe use some weights in your arms. And 2. Now hold it down. Hold it here. Now we just transfer from side to side. So get a little lower than me if you can. And lift the heels. And lift. And lift. Good. Let's do 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. Now stay on one side. And add the little pulses. And let's do 4. And 3. And 2. And last one. I bet you saw you did that class yesterday, Bev. And other side. Good. And last 4. And 3. And 2. And then just alternate. So try and keep your height the same. And then just shift side to side. and go 4, and 3, and 2, and last one. Bring it up real slow, take the legs back and a little bit wider than your hips on this one, gang. And then we're gonna squat and lift, and squat and lift, and squat, hold up, and squat, and lift, and squat, and squat. Good, let's do 4, and 3, and 2, and last one, shake it out. Grab your band, gang. I'll sit on this one, but feel free to stand. Oops, I was gonna sit, but I don't have a ball. Apparently I'll use a chair. Totally forgot. So you can see what I'm doing with my arms. So I'll pretend that's a ball. So I'm gonna find my thumbs, I'm gonna clamp on here, and then I'm gonna exhale as I come down. So just remember to that sternal notch, you're gonna do 12 of these. Remember, no boinga boinga, guys. So that's boinga boinga. Keep a little bit of tension as you go out, a little less tension coming in. Good, sit up tall, lift the chest. Like I said, we're doing 12, so you might be ahead of me on this one. Elbows into the sides of your ribs. That's it. Use those lats. Good, and do 4, and 3, and 2, and last one. Now from here, I'm just gonna change the exercise up. So I'm gonna come forward across my chest and open and a little less open. So I'm gonna use an inhale on that. That's it, so mid back, take the arms up to the side, 3, and 4. So if you're standing, gang, just have a squat with that. Bring it up a level, and 5. I just know you can't see the top of my arms when I stand up. And 8, and 9, and 10, and 11, and 12. Now I'm gonna take that band behind my back and snug it in so I have about where your bra strap is. And then you're gonna press it forward. This is going well. And press forward. And back, good. And forward. We're gonna do 12 of these. I'm gonna do it with a little less band than I started with. That's it. So it happens when things are live, I guess. I'm gonna say this is 10, guys. And 11. And 12. Here we go. We're gonna do that whole set one more time. So, still have a piece of band anyway. And then from here, so that's why you never want to have that band too close to your face. For exactly that reason. That's it. So pull a little wider and in, elbows track in. Feel those big lat muscles working. And 6, good. And 7. And 8. If you're sitting on something, sit tall. If you're adding those squats, 9, you're just here. And 10. And 11. And 12. Good. Hold it there. We're going to go wide again. So take an inhale. And back. And 2. Good. Go wide. And 3. No tension in the neck. Check it out. You can put your tongue behind your teeth. La la la. And 5. But you don't have to talk, so it's okay. And 7. And 8. And 9. And 10. And 11. And 12. Good. Last one behind the back. Feet full. Exodonte there. So snug it up underneath your pits and then press forward and back and then press forward. So try not to take the shoulders forward. And we'll say that's 4. And 5. And 6. And 7. And 8. And 9. And 10. Normally I'd probably do 3 sets of these guys, but because we're kind of wanting to get the whole body in here, I'm just doing 2 sets of everything. Now from here, grab your weights And they could be, I'm gonna do lawnmower rows. So it might be a little bit, you can find something that might be a little bit heavier on this one here. Now either I can be here into my stance, hinge from my hip, or maybe I need to lean on something, maybe I've got my ball, maybe I can come from here using a chair. So the line on my back hopefully is in a neutral position. I'm gonna bring that weight right up to the side of the hip. That's it, keep your chest facing forward, pause at the top, don't rush. That's it. And 7, and 8. So your line of vision is looking down. When you figure out what I'm doing, just focus on bringing that weight up to the outside of the hip. And I'm gonna say that's 11 and 12. Now maybe you wanna ramp it up on the next one. So maybe, I'll just turn my chair the other way. So get yourself into your position, whatever that might be, and then pull that arm up. Now maybe you wanna add that leg lift as you go. Maybe going, no, I've had enough of that one. I'm just gonna go from here, keep my chest facing forward. And 6, or it might have been 7, and 8, and 9, 10, and 11, and 12. I'm gonna grab both weights for this one. Oopsie. And now I'm gonna hinge forward. Make sure you've got a good strong position here. So my abs are in, and I'm gonna row with both arms now. So my line of vision is slightly forward on the floor. So I'm trying to get my head in line with my spine, pull the elbows back to the ceiling. Pause as you get there. That's it. And 7, abs are in, right? And 8. Now I could have added a squat with that each time. Be creative. And 10. And 11. And 12. I'm gonna leave that there. I'm gonna grab one weight. So I'm gonna go into triceps. So be careful how much weight you're pumping on this baby. But remember those triceps, they like to be abused. So feel free to do that. So I'm gonna come back into that hinge forward position. And I'm going to go into tricep this time. So try to keep your elbow anchored. Press back behind you till you can feel that stuff on the back of your arm. Working. And 6. And 7. And 8. And 9. Basically, I just did tricep because we were here. And 10, no particular order. And 11. And here comes 12. And then just switch your root to your other side. And assume your position first. Tuck your little elbow into your side. And then fully extend the arm behind you. 3, good. You want to feel that you use those babies tonight when you go and pick up your wine glass. And 6. That's it. And 9. And 10. And 11. Now I'm going to switch to the other side again. I'm going to hold on to that weight. I'm going to come back into my position, and now I'm just going to lift and lower. So my palm's going to be up to the ceiling. And 3. And 4. Good, nice straight arm. And 5. And 6. That's it. And 7. And 8. And 10. 11. And 12. And switch to the other side. I hope you're not cutting George's hair again today, Beth, because your arms aren't going to be able to do it by the time we finish. And 2. And 3. And 4. Good. And 5. That's it. Nice straight arm. Palm to the ceiling. And 7. And 8. And 9. And 10. And 11. Then we're just going to give those triceps a little stretcheroo. So I'm going to put the weight down, and then just take your arm behind your head, if that works for you. And then just take a little stretch for those pesky triceps. That's it. And then just switch sides. So bring the other arm up and around. Take a little stretch for those babies. And then we're going to go into, you'll need 2 weights for this one. And then we're just going to go into our upright again. So you're going to lift. That's it. I'm going to stand. I hope you can see me. I think you can. And 2. Elbows out to your side. So get tall through the body. And 3. And 4. Good. And 5. And 6. We're going to alternate on this one. 7. So we'll do one side of this and one side of something else. And 8. And 9. And 10. And 11. I'm going to sit on this one again, guys, because I think you can't see me otherwise, but stay standing if you can. I'm going into an overhead press for 12. So if that doesn't work for you, keep on going. Then just go into that lateral, work from there. So make sure you're not gripping with your fingers, that you are breathing, that weights are coming slightly forward of your forehead. You're making that little triangle. That's it. And 7. And 8. And 9. 10, good, I think we got 2 more there. And 11. And I got 12, just like that. Take a break, make sure you're creating no tension in your neck. I'm gonna do 1 more set of those. So, standing again, I'm gonna lift, elbows flare out to your side. 2, abs are in. And 3. And 4, good. And 5. And 6. 7, that's it. And 8. And 9. 10, good. We got 2 more. And 11. Now I'm going to change the next one up just a little bit. So I'm going to stay standing from here. So now I'm going to move into bicep curl and then rotate, change, and then come back down. So every time, don't worry about it so much. Just make sure that you are rotating each time. So here comes 3. That's it. Remember, if that's too much, take the overhead press out. That's it. Good. Breathing, guys. No grippies. And 4. Or maybe that was 5. That's it. And 6. And 7. And 8. And 9. This one takes a long time. And 10. We're almost there. Just think of it as your multi-purpose exercise. It's one of my faves. And good. Take your weights down to your side and just take a little side to side. You might want to just add the weight a little bit. Talk about going back to Jane Fonda days. Actually, I heard she was going to release some of her CDs again, so you can look forward to reliving your past. And then we're going to bring it down. We're going to move into a little bit of standing. So I think I'll grab another guys. I won't have enough room with this one here. So, and we're going to do this one that we've done before. So you're going to step onto your band. Now I've got a really short band, so my arm is going to be a little bit lower. And then I want you to do that walking around the house exercise by just stepping aside. Watch where you're going. Try not to waddle the upper body. And then push in to that band as you step sideways. But if you don't have enough room, guys, you could just stand without moving and then just press into that band. But try not to get too much tipping going on. Otherwise, you're just doing the walk, and then come back with the walk. That's it. Good, and send it back. And back, good. Let's just do 1 more set. We gotta get lots of stuff in here. Good, and then let's get rid of that baby. I'm just gonna go back to shoulders, so you might want something maybe a little bit lighter. And we are just gonna go into a forward raise. So I'm gonna sit for this one, but you could totally stand. I'm gonna assume that my weights aren't too heavy, so I'm gonna do both arms at the same time. If your weights are a little bit heavier, you might wanna go with a single. And 4, good. So lift, don't swing. And 5. And 6. And 7. And 8. And 9. 10, good. And 11. And 12. Now I'm going to hinge forward on this one. And then look down at the floor. Keep your knees soft. And then lift and lower. So there's a slight bend in your elbows. Try to minimize the amount of momentum. That's it. And 4. Remember, you can always do this with your chest against the ball if you had a ball. And 6. And 7. And 8. That's it. And 9. And 10. And 11. Here comes 12. And then I'm just going to take those weights onto my legs. I'm going to bring my feet back a little bit closer to me. I'm going to press the weights down into my hands, or sorry, into my legs, and then lift up on the toes. I'm pushing down a little bit to create some resistance for myself, for my calf raises. Lots of times we do this standing. I'm just doing it seated today. That's it. And lift, good. And let's do 4 more. And 3. And 2s. And last one, just like that. Let's go into biceps. So let's add a little bit of rotation. So same thing, you could stand and add some squats with this one, guys. And I'm gonna just rotate. And 3, good. And 4. That's it. I probably could have used a little bit heavier weights for this, but feel free to change if it's a little light. And 7. And 8. You can always do a few more. Let me go to 15. And 10. And 11. That's it. And 12. Let's go back and do one more tricep. So now I'm going to take both the weights into my hand. I'm going to lift my arms up nice and close to my ears. And I'm going to drop those weights back behind me and press up. And 3. And 4, good. So sitting tall, try to fully extend the elbows. And 5. And 6. And 7. I feel like it's almost sleeveless weather. And 8. And 9. And 10. 11. Here comes 12. And here comes 12. One more set of bicep curls. I've been doing this one lately, so I'm just going to take both weights into my hands. I'm going to glue my elbow into the side of my leg. I'm going to hinge slightly forward and go into 12 bicep curls. And 5. And 6. Good. And 7. This is particularly good for wine drinking. Just make sure that you have the strength. I don't know about you guys, but I'm finding that 4 o'clock is getting longer and longer and longer into my day to get there. And a couple more. And then let's switch sides. So that's it, bicep curl. And 2. And 3. 4, good. And 5. And 6. And 7, we're almost there. And then we're going down to the floor. And 8. And 9. And 10, we got 2 more. And 11. And here comes 12. Good, we're going down. So make sure that you have your weights, because I like to do the chest onto the ground so that it works a little bit more with flow. So make sure you have your weights on either side of you. I'm just gonna switch weights here. And come on down. Come on down. And then we're gonna go into bridging. So just get the bridging going on first. So feet about as wide as your hips. Make sure your weights are on either side. And then you're just gonna do a hip lift and back down. So squeeze the glutes and the hamstrings, lift a nice straight line up, and back down, and lift, and lower, good, and lift. Good, now this time I want you to hold up, and then make more small squeezes, and squeeze your glutes. Good, there's a gardening guy outside the door here. I'm so glad he can't see me. He was looking through the window wondering what I was doing. That's it. And let's do 4, and 3, and 2. And then just for fun today, let's just go into a single leg. So you're gonna take one leg up to the ceiling, and let's just do 8, lift and lower, maybe don't touch down, and 2, and 3, and 4. Now it's all coming back to you, right? And 5, and 6, and 7. We're just doing 8. And 8. Lower it back down. Switch your mini legs. Take the other leg up to the ceiling and press. That's a flex your foot as if you're going to push against the ceiling. And 3, and 4, and 6. I think you're counting these ones. And 7. And then let's go back to chest, or go back and everything got there. But so we'll add that hip lift. I'm going to take the weights, and now as I lift up, I'm going to take the weights out to the side and go into a fly and lift. So my elbows are going to be bent, squeeze around the beach ball, and 3, and 4. That's it. And 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10. 2 more, guys. Hang in there. Don't go too far up. 11, and 12. Then I'm going to just go into over the head. So I'm going to take both weights in my hand, and then I'm just going to lift. I probably wouldn't lift my hips up on this one. And then I'm going to take the arms over the head and then pull back, just like it's called, pull over. So elbows are a little bit bent, but not much. And pull over. And 5. And 6. And 7, good. You're almost there. And 8. And 9. And 10. And 11. And last one coming up, you're going to put the weights back down. You're going to pull your legs off into your tabletop position. Bring the legs together, reach around behind, interlace your hands behind your head. Take an inhale and exhale to curl. That's it. So our head is resting into your hands. That's it. And lift. Good. And lift. Now let's just start alternating legs. You know this. And reach. Reach and hold. And reach. And reach. Good. Let's do 4 more of those and we'll add a crisscross. And go 4. And 3. And 2. And last one. Here comes the crisscross. Take your time, guys. And rotate. Elbows up to your side. Pelvis tries not to rock from side to side. And reach. Good. And let's do 4. And 3. And 2. And last one. Just take the head down by your knees and just take a little stretch. Maybe you want to take some circles. Guide your knees around into the hip socket. And come around. Good. And then we're going to come up onto our forearms. So lift up to the back. Just be really careful with this one, guys. And then we're just going to add a little tick-tock from side to side. Remember, I could do this lying down as well. But I'm just going to do a little tick-tock, lift out, press into the forearms. Good, and a little tick-tock. Good, and let's do 4. And 3. And 2. And last one, bring it up. We are flipping it over in right away into your plank position. So maybe you're here, up into your plank. Maybe you're here, down your plank, Reach the legs back and hold it there. It won't be 8 hours, don't worry. And then move into that plank, drop your hips down a little lower. Breathing, breathing. And then I'm just gonna touch the legs to the side and back, and touch. Remember, I could do this on my knees as well, and touch. Good, and you're gonna do 4, and 3, and 2, and last 1, and then lower it back down. Come onto your knees, take your hands a little wider, press yourself up. Drop your hips down, and then let's do some elbows out to the side. So you're gonna do 8 push-ups. That's it, and 2. Remember, you know how to make this harder. And 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7. Here comes 8. And 8, take a little break, sit back for a second. We'll go back and do 8 triceps. 8 triceps. And then bring it back, drop the hips down, tuck your elbows into the sides now. And then drop down and press up. So my elbows are coming along the sides of my rib cage. And 3. What else have you got to do with your arms today? And 5. And 6. And 7. And 8. And then sit all the way back up. And then tuck your toes under. We're going to go up into up dog. So tuck your toes up and around, elbow up to the ceiling. And then just work through the feet. So stretch through your feet. That's it. And maybe just linger on one side. Drop the heels down. I know nothing can really compare to the reformer to do this, but we're doing our best. And then I want you to walk your hands in towards your feet, roll yourself up about halfway, lengthen out, and then round the back, lengthen out, and then round it up, lengthen out, and one more time, and round it out. And then we're gonna do a little surprise. So you're gonna roll back up, just like you can, and now nod your chin to your chest. Start to roll down, bend your knees as much as you need to, till your hands come onto the floor. Walk yourself up. You got 3 times to do this. So it goes 1, 2, the last one, set yourself up. Here we go, guys, just 3. And press. And 2, and 3. Walk it back for 3. It goes 1, 2, 3, and then roll it all the way back up. Just like that. We're going down. We're going to stay down. So nod your chin to your chest. Start the roll to come forward. Bend your knees as much as you need. Walk your hands out. 2, 3. Now lower yourself down as slow as you can. I might tuck those elbows into your side. Roll it down slow. Slow, slow, slow. Woo. And then just move into a little bit of extension. I didn't get the hamstrings today. Sorry about that, Janice. And then lower back down. We can't get everything. And then come back up. I'm just going to come around, so I'm going to face you. We'll just do a little kitty stretch here. So whatever is comfortable for you, just taking a little lateral stretch up and over. Take a nice reach. Because I know you guys won't do this after. And then I come across to the other side. And then I'm going to change my position on this one a little bit, guys. And I'm going to tuck my knee in, take this leg out, and then I'm going to reach up and over. So see if you can take that little reach. Up and over, if it bugs your knees, just modify. And then I'm just going to sweep it down, come across to the other side. Take a little stretch on that side, reaching up and over. And then just come back down to your center. I'm going to take both legs together. I'm going to hinge my hip, and I'm going to just take a little hinge forward. Try to stay long to the back. If you need to bend your knees, if you've got tight hamstrings, then please do that. That's it. And then I'm just going to roll to my side, go into a little bit of a quad stretch. So watch it, squint on your knees, bend your bottom leg in, try to get your knee pointing down as if the bottom of my shoe is gonna hit my butt. And then press the pelvis forward just a little bit, if that's safe for your knees. Breathe. And then you just switch around to your other side. You can just roll over, guys. I just don't want you to see my other side. And then bend that bottom leg in. Take a little stretch. That's it, press the pelvis forward. And then just roll onto your back. Have your feet in parallel position, and let's just do a little bit of roll to come up. So as you roll up, I want you to take your arms up and over the head. So you're gonna take an inhale, and the exhale, roll through the spine. Bring your arms up so they're over the head, and then roll the spine down. Leave your arms where they are, and roll it down, roll it down, roll it down. Reach your arms forward, curl up, hold it there. I'm not gonna make you do hundreds, don't worry. And then as you come back, lift the hips up, start taking the arms up over the head. That's it, leave them there. As you roll down, roll down, roll down, roll down, roll down. When you finally get down, take an inhale, and then curl and exhale. And let's do that one more time. So tailbone starts to peel off your mat, arms go up over your head. Take an inhale. Now take your arms down at the same time this time. So try to articulate through the spine, bring the arms down at the same speed, and bring it all the way back down. Cross one leg over just above the knee, and take that little thread the needle stretch from there. That's it, open up that top knee, don't ram it out. Flex your feet. And then just a little switcheroo to the other side, cross that leg over, reach through. A little extra rotation in your hip. And then lower the feet down, take the arms up to your side, and then just drop your knees to one side, maybe turn your palms up, maybe take your head the other direction. And then lift the knees up and across the other side. And then bring your legs back to your center. Take your legs back up into tabletop position. Give it your best Pilates, go. Take your hands behind your hamstrings. Take an inhale, nod your chin to your chest. Bring it up, bring it up, bring it up, guys. Take the legs out, hold it there. Look surprised. Da-da-da. Lift a little higher. And bring the soles of your feet together. Take a little stretch forward. And then just roll it back up. So you're sitting tall. And ta-da, guys, we made it another